My name's Susan and I'm married to Noel, and we have 3 children. The eldest boy, Stephen, is 18, Luke, the youngest, is 6, and our middle fella, Peter, is 9. Faith has always been important in our home. Both my husband and I were raised in Roman Catholic homes and went to Catholic schools and practiced with our families at the weekends and all of that. So we want to carry that through in our own family now, and our boys were baptised in our local church, and we love to go there on a Sunday with them. The boys also attend the Catholic school, which is just across the road from the church, and the boys would be familiar with going to the church with us and also from the school. I suppose in this year of faith, we're making an extra effort. I mean, we're still doing all the things that we normally do, but we're maybe emphasising a wee bit more how important this is in our lives and in our families. So things like saying the prayers at night, instead of, maybe shouting up the stairs, "Have you said your prayers?" We're actually going up and making sure that they have said their prayers and praying with the boys before they go to sleep at night. And just maybe taking a moment to thank God for the day that we've had and all the wonderful things that's happened that day. And I think if they know that it's important to us, then it will be important to them. I suppose during the day, the boys, as I said, they attend a Catholic primary school, and they would say their morning prayer when they arrive at school. They line up when the bell rings and the headmaster comes out, and they all pray together as a school, and I think it's a lovely way to start the day. We would have always bought in books for the children, Advent, Nativity story, Easter story and so on. And we were continuing to do that and sitting down and making sure that we read the story with the children. This little Nativity book is Luke's favourite. And this is one of these lift the flap books, and he just loves that because he gets to join in the story. And there's Mary in the house, and he can pull down the wee flap and see behind here we have the little mice, and behind the window here we have a dove, and over here he finds the angel Gabriel, and he just loves this little book. It's beautifully illustrated, and it tells the story of the Nativity. So this is Peter's favourite book of the Christmas story, the first Christmas, and he's a little bit older, he's 9, so he's able to read, and he can actually sit down and read this story himself, or he can read it to his brother, or we can sit down and read it with him, and he loves the story again. It's beautifully illustrated, it tells the story. There's Joseph and the donkey, and there's Mary and Joseph travelling to Bethlehem. And again, it's just a lovely way of telling the Christmas story and of sharing that story with your children. So he loves that. This is the story of Easter, and it's just a little beautiful little book, beautifully illustrated, and again, very simple. And it tells the story of the last week of Jesus' life. And again, our boys just love to sit down and read that with us, and to point out the different characters in the story and to talk about what's going on in the pictures, and they just love that. It's a beautiful book, absolutely beautifully done, and it's again a lovely way of sharing that story with your children. Another thing that we've just for this year of faith, and in the month of October, they were learning about the Rosary in school, and I had come across these books on the Rosary, and I just photocopied the pictures out of the books, and our eldest fella, Peter, was doing about the mysteries of light in school. So we just photocopied the pictures, and we sat down, and himself and the younger fella coloured in the pictures, and we talked about the story and what was going on in the picture. And that was a great way for them to learn about the mysteries of light. So the year of faith for us really is about the time that we do spend together as a family, that we give that a special focus, and that we try, if there happens to be an opportunity, to in some way share our faith, that we do that. Even if it's something as simple as, if you hear a siren in the distance, that you bless yourself and that you talk to your child about what you're doing. and that they understand that that's you constantly being aware of God's presence and asking God to be part of our lives and asking for God's help when you need it. And it's just very, very simple. It's not convoluted. It's very simple sort of things that we do. And just keep trying to remind ourselves, I suppose, as adults, and to remind the children that God is always there and that we can call on God when we need him. And that's what we try and do.